Well, hi there. Happy Friday. It's July the 20th, 2018, and I'm Eric. Talking at you as always from beautiful downtown Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, where if you can't figure out the first 12 times they tell you that you're on the wrong train, well, maybe you deserve a trip to Surrey. Good evening, everybody. Another beautiful Friday night in the beautiful city filled with beautiful people. That's a song called A Heavy Load. That's one of the contenders to be the new opening music for the show. You guys get to vote. Go to send an email to maybeitsme42@gmail.com or go over to anchor.fm and leave me a voice message with your pick. We're playing different songs all through the month of July, and August 1st we'll have a brand new one. I picked the short list, but you guys get to pick the final decision. Everybody gets to pick. Let me clarify what I meant with that introduction, just so no one gets mad at me. I meant that Surrey is a terrible, terrible place, and it's like a punishment to have to go there. I just thought I'd cut through that haze for you. Gotta send a shout out to our friend Gord in Milton, Ontario, where he does his portion of the podcast from. It is Gord's birthday today. So happy birthday, Gord. I hope you have a good weekend out there. I actually Googled Milton, Ontario this morning, and I typed in fun things to do in Milton, and a blank page came up with an icon in the middle that said add event. So, Gord, I hope you find something fun to do. And that's just true. Anybody has an event that they can offer to Milton, Ontario, please go to their event calendar and add it. That's just fantastic. Wow. But at any rate, happy birthday, Gord. You deserve it, buddy. I hope you have a good weekend. Been doing a lot of people watching the last couple of days. I think it's the weather, something, I don't know. There's a couple of people that really stood out in my mind. Today, most of all, one guy that really I love this guy because I'm fast becoming this guy. It's the guy who found a look that worked for him in like grade 11, and he hasn't changed ever. That was it. He just stayed with that. There was a dude on the bus this morning. He's got to be 65 years old if he was a day, and he's rocking the Chucks and Dickie shorts. He's got his hair dyed jet black. He's still got the Sex Wax t-shirt. You remember those from like 92? This is probably the original from 92. Love that guy. And I am that guy. I mean, I haven't changed my clothes since the 90s. I still watch Degrassi every chance I get. Are you one of these people? Are you stuck in a time period long since forgotten? Let me know. Maybe it's me42@gmail.com. The other guy I ran into today, who's another guy I find absolutely hilarious, is these people who overreact completely to the tiniest little. Everything is the end of the world. I was behind a guy in a lineup today, and we were getting lunch somewhere, and this particular place had 7-Up rather than Sprite, and this guy lost his mind.
No, God, please, no, 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 no.
And you know his friends and family are hearing about the fact that he had to have 7-Up instead of Sprite. They're going to hear that for weeks until he goes somewhere that has his precious. Who the hell drinks Sprite? But that's another one of my favorite guys. Just absolutely unnecessarily angry all the time. And it doesn't matter what happens. It's the worst thing that could ever possibly happen. That falls right in line with the contest Gordon and I decided to put on for the entire summer. And we're going to give away some great prizes at the end of the summer. It's a really easy contest. You don't have to do anything different than you would normally do during your day, but you have to be nice to everybody all day. It's hashtag easiest thing in the world. All you have to do is go around being nice to people. You know, like people used to. 20 years ago, people didn't like people any more than we do now, but they faked it. You were polite in public. You were kind to people. You were respectful. You weren't just dicks. Nowadays, everybody's a dick for no reason. And we're pretty sick of it. So we decided to put on this contest. Hashtag easiest thing in the world. All you have to do, go about your day. Be as nice as you can to people. Don't go out of your way to do something special. Just be polite. Be courteous. Have some basic human decency. And track your progress for us via email or go to my website on the comment page and let me know about your progress. Also, I want to start publicly shaming people that are unnecessarily rude. Just call them out and we will call them out on the show. Or the really cool way to do it is go to anchor.fm and leave me a voice message. Go to the Is It Just Me page. And there's a little icon there you can click on. You can leave a voice message. You can record a whole editorial if you want. I'll play it on the show. The only rule is you can't swear. This is a non-swearing show. But anything you want to talk about, it doesn't have to be relevant to what I'm talking about. Just go over there and leave whatever message you want, and I will play it on the air. There's some simple things you can do to win this contest, too. 3 real easy things to keep in mind. Number 1, don't be this guy.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
Because it doesn't matter what's going on in your day, it's really not that bad. We have it pretty freaking good where we are. And none of these little problems that you're making out to be bigger than they need to be are ever that big. They're really not. Take a step back and look at it, and we got it pretty damn easy. So stop making things bigger than they actually are. Another easy thing to keep in mind while you're trying to win this contest, stop making yourself more important than you actually are. Because you're not, all right? None of us are. It's simple. We're just not. And nobody is less important than you are. That's an easy thing to remember, all right? We're all in this together. Let's just help each other get through it. We're here for way too short of a time to be as angry as people seem to be, because things aren't really that bad. Now, I know I'm one to talk because I vent a lot on this show, and I'm going to tonight. But in my daily life, I try to be respectful and kind to everybody I can, because I think that's just the way people should be to each other. So 3 easy ways to try that out. And we'll see how it goes. Hashtag easiest thing in the world. What else have I been up to? Not a hell of a lot. Been pretty boring. One thing I haven't done is bitched about our politicians recently. So I'm going to do that for the rest of the show. But before I do, here's another song up for opening music for our show. We're going to try this one. I like this one. It's called A Heavy Load. Whoa, wrong one. Sorry. We are going to try this one. A Mental Breakdown. Sorry about that. This is called A Mental Breakdown.
Gotta stay till the bitter end. On the opposite of falling.
right, that was called A Mental Breakdown. And you can vote for that to be the new intro music for the show starting August 1st. And we'll be accepting your votes all through the month of July. And, of course, all this crazy voting and prize giving away is made possible by the Champion Tree Entertainment Company. Champion Tree Entertainment Company is a one-stop solution for the independent artist, musician, or entertainer looking to start a new career or possibly breathe life into an existing one. Anything you can think of, the Champion Tree's already thought of, and they're going to do it for you. You focus on your art, let them worry about the rest. It's that simple. Champion Tree Entertainment Company, because the only things in life that are impossible are the things you don't try. Speaking of them, brand new website is launching. It is allpossiblethings.wordpress.com. Allpossiblethings.wordpress.com. That's got a complete explanation of all of Champion Tree's services and a breakdown of their pricing model. And I'm going to explain the pricing model to you right now. It's pretty simple math. They make sure you can afford it. And they'll sit down with you, they'll take a look at your budget and figure out how to do what you need to do on your budget. It's that easy. So yeah, allpossiblethings.com. It's got a new blog by me and Champion Tree new website. Also a great write-up about the J3 Legacy project there as well. I also have my other website, ericbrennan.simdiff.com. You can check out stuff by me there. And another great way to get in touch with us here on the show, more often than not, I record this show out in public. I'm either on the street, or I'm at a SkyTrain station, or sitting on a bench in a park, so I'm usually out in public. So if you track me down and you want to be on the podcast, just come up and talk to me. I'll put you on the air, no problem whatsoever. You're always more than welcome. As I've always said, this is your show just as much as it is mine, and frankly, I'd rather listen to you guys talk than listen to me for a half hour every night. You know what? Because I'm bored of me sometimes, you know? You guys are probably a lot more interesting and entertaining than I am, so anytime you feel like you have something to say and you want to be on the podcast, feel free to come up and say so. Okay, moving on. It's been a while since I've had the chance to talk about the politicians in our lives. We were trying to do Gordon Ford this week. Unfortunately, we got interrupted by, yet again, just huge technical mishaps. So we will have Gordon Ford Monday, I believe we're planning on that. And a lot of Ford news going on. We'll get to a little bit of it. But first, I want to talk about my boy, Johnny Horgan. Johnny Horgan, buddy, what are you doing? I don't even know where to begin with this guy. The ride-sharing thing this week, the announcement that, it was part of their campaign platform that they were going to bring in ride-sharing by, I think it was 2018, possibly 2019, they had said. I think it was 2018 they said originally. And now with this big announcement, they're going to have a guy look into it again. How many reports do we need on this? We're the only city in the world that doesn't have this up and running. Like, there's little cities in the Middle East that don't even have cars. They have, like, camel sharing, and they're light years ahead of us. What does the taxi industry have on the government that they are so scared to bring this in? And why is the government getting involved anyway? It doesn't need to be regulated. It doesn't need to be this big frickin' deal that they're making it out to be. And the announcement this week that the way they're going to approach it, the first thing they're going to do is introduce more licenses for more cabs on the streets. Are you frickin' kidding me? We got an industry full of people who refuse to do their job properly. They're miserable people. The customer service levels are absolutely deplorable.